Hi, welcome back to the podcast. Again, we're all in high spirits, I think. It's been an alright week this week. I think cup games is just kind of like, it's cup, isn't it? So,
I think we all won. Everyone pretty happy with their result. Don't know so much about Arsenal's performance. It was a pretty dreadful game, to be honest, but, Emil Smith-Rowe, the hero again.
Until Smith-Rowe and Saka, I think Arteta got the subs perfect in that game.
Yeah.
Honestly, like Smith-Rowe is clear now. It's clear. I understand the Buendia things. Yeah, we're talking about Buendia for time, but just listen, right? Smith-Rowe, I think he's the answer. He's got I think 4 goal contributions in 5 games he's played in this season already.
Yeah.
He just looks so good. The winger ball, the pass, the move. He's on it. He knows what's going on. And Willian is just to look. Willian's packing his bags now. He's already packing his bags. He's like, screw this.
Nah, he's
I'm
not.
going to my restaurant.
He's not
I'm
packing
going
his
to deal
bags.
with.
He's packing his money bags. That's what it is. He's just,
To be honest,
That's true.
storing it
the
all.
fact we gave him that contract, it's just the board. Why have you given him that much money for 3 years? 3 years? Are you mad? The guy's gonna be 35, and we're giving him 250k a week. Yeah, so we're moving.
3 more years of this. 3 more years of this, eh?
And then they can't tie Balogun down to a new contract.
Yeah, I heard he might
because
be
I
leaving.
don't know why. Apparently, he's already agreeing contracts with foreign clubs. Like 15 other clubs are after him. He's gone. He's gone now. Unfortunately, I don't really see us keeping him. And it's sad. Honestly, it's a real shame that he's going to go. But at the same time, if he doesn't want to be here, peak for you, innit? Because obviously we're making moves, and yeah. The only thing I worry about is him being like a Gnabry 2.0 because we've been bitten and with a bunch of other players as well. People don't understand how many players we've let go that have been insane. Gnabry's the biggest one because he's probably one of the best players in the world at this moment. He's up there. He's rising.
You now feel my pain.
But like
Try De Bruyne and Salah.
Yeah, but the problem is that you had Mourinho who just didn't like them, whereas we have done it so early on that we couldn't even see their potential.
You didn't even give him a chance.
Exactly.
but
You've got Benacer, Marlon.
Benacer. What a player he is.
Benacer's doing madness.
How old is he?
Ren Adelaide is at Lyon.
They're all kind of 23, 24 around that age
They're
now.
all starting
but if they're
to
not,
get into their
were
prime.
they performing or not? Because if they're not performing, then you can't just keep them.
No, but we haven't given them time to do it. Like Gnabry, because the thing people don't understand is when we had Gnabry, he didn't actually look terrible. He wasn't terrible at Arsenal. You could see he had some potential in him, but he didn't really want to sign a new contract because we weren't playing him. And Pulis, because apparently this is the Tony Pulis. Do you understand how we've actually changed our entire loaning and scouting system because of Tony Pulis? Can you actually imagine how Tony Pulis has literally changed the entire pathway of our club?
People say Tony Pulis hasn't had a massive impact on English football.
He clearly has. It's shocking that we've allowed that. What a man. Because now we've got Gnabry who just won the Champions League. He's won every single trophy he could possibly win with Bayern Munich. And we could have had him. Imagine him on the day we had Prime Ozil and Prime Sanchez and he was on the right-hand side.
It's
and
painful knowing that you could have had a good team. Trust me. We could have had Hazard, Salah and De Bruyne.
Oh.
Yeah, but that would have been a deadly team.
And Lukaku up top.
Lukaku,
Lukaku
up front.
Imagine that team. That's fancy. Oh, mate.
The thing is with you, Ewan, is that even though you got rid of those players, you still won titles. You still won Champions League without them.
It didn't cost you so much.
It didn't cost as much as we literally didn't win anything until Ozil came in. Until Ozil, we hadn't won a trophy, I think, in like a good couple of years. And obviously, he's come in. We've won FA Cups. We won 3 on the bounce. So, I mean, not on the bounce. We won 3 with him.
It wasn't on the bounce, was it?
No. But obviously, you can see the changes. If we had someone like Gnabry, maybe Benacer in like midfield.
Benacer would be huge for you. He's just such an all-round midfielder. He's a creator. He's a great ball progressor. Does a lot of defence, and he's maybe going to win the league with AC Milan. So
if we had him, he'd fit in our team really well right now as well. Like sitting in next to Partey and being like a box to box or as a Partey role. Like it'd be great. But in terms of the actual Arsenal game, we haven't really spoken about. It was Willian was shocking again. No chances created, no shots on target, no crosses. He made a few passes, no long balls, nothing. He didn't offer anything in that cam role. I know what you was going to say. Oh, well, he's not a cam. Yes, he can play in cam. He's played in cam for Chelsea. And we also played him on the wing. We also played him on the wing when Smith Rowe came on, and we played him on the wing before, and he hasn't performed.
Yeah, he was useless there as well.
That's fair enough. So but like, expecting him to play as a creative Ozil role in cam, you ain't going to get it.
Understandable, fine, but either way,
that's my point.
He's not doing anything. Even as a cam, you'd expect someone to do. You expect someone to do something. He's not doing anything. He's not creating anything as a cam at all.
For Chelsea, he was typically the player that either picked up the ball in our own half and then progressed it up, and then would score from it that way. He was never. But he'd
make goals for you. He'd create goals.
Yeah.
Don't pretend he doesn't, because he does. Which is why you'd think he'd be able to do it. If you slap Partey and Cam, I know he's not a Cam, but if you slapped him in there, he'd do something. Yeah. He wouldn't just create 0 chances created. Come on, he'd get a couple.
He's past his sell-by date, and you messed up by signing him.
That's the thing with the board that I can't understand. I keep complaining about this board, but we keep doing this thing with signing retirees.
Well, you did.
I know we're going for a young squad, but we did do it with David Luiz. Then we offered him another contract, which I guess comes to the fact that we signed someone like Gabriel. I couldn't understand why they've done it, because it's more than just his performances. We've got a young Brazilian who doesn't speak the language, and no one else really speaks Portuguese on our club apart from like Cedric, who isn't like an established Premier League player. So having someone like David Luiz there to help him develop is good. And to be honest, Gabriel has been probably he has been our best centre-back by a country mile.
I thought Rob Holding's played quite well.
No, Rob Holding's been good. Rob Holding has been good, actually. Next to everyone, actually. He's been very good as well. And we're offering him a new contract at the end of the season. But Gabriel has been just immense. And in terms of impact as a signing, he's been crazy. He comes back. He's back in training, and he'll be back this weekend. Next weekend. And he's been amazing. So I understand why they've kept David Luiz on, but also like the whole Willian thing, I don't know where that's come from. I guess like an Ozil replacement because he couldn't afford someone, but it's
that doesn't make sense. Why would you sign Willian as an Ozil replacement? That is just dumb.
Well, I mean, first of all, Ozil's irreplaceable, so you can't really sign someone to do his job for you. But
you've also sung the right song.
You think you'd offer something a bit more than what he's done. You think he'd offer something a bit
more.
It's
not an Ozil though. He doesn't even play the same position. That's like signing Kante to replace a centre back.
Not really.
Help you. It is.
Not really, because the difference is that Willian has played Cam, so he's clearly confident knowing how to do it.
Though, is what I'm saying.
All right. I don't know why you keep arguing this point about positions, because we've played them in both positions and they still couldn't perform. But either way, Smith Rowe was immense. Saka was pretty good as well when he came on. Didn't do as much as Smith Rowe, but how could you? Smith Rowe was he scored the winning goal. Kieran Tierney, I don't think people talk enough about how good Kieran Tierney is. He had about
6 chances created, didn't he?
Yes, he had the most in the game. I believe he was man of the match, honestly. I know that Smith Rowe was good, but Kieran Tierney consistently for the full hour and 120 minutes of that game was quality. And the chances he made, the runs he did, he got an assist for Aubameyang's goal, even though he created a tap-in. A lot of players some players couldn't even make that pass. So, I mean, just consistently, even when he doesn't even look tired. He never looks cold, never looks tired. Nothing ever seems to affect him. I said this start of the season, and we're going to talk about our predictions before, but I said, give it till January, we were going to be talking about Kieran Tierney all the time, and he'll be up there as one of the best. And I think he's up there as one of the best left backs in the league already. You can't deny it. I mean, there's Robertson, okay, but
he's up there. He's up there. You know, he's a great player. Yeah.
Ewan doesn't want to agree, but he has to.
No. I personally think the best 4 left backs in the league are Robertson, Tierney, Dean, Luca Dean, and Chilwell.
Chilwell's up there. Dean has had a really good season as well. To be fair,
I'd say they are the top 5 candidates of.
You said 4, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. It's easy to round up to 5, isn't it?
Slipping Chilwell like we wouldn't notice, yeah.
Nah, he's up there.
No, I agree that Chilwell's in there as well.
Yeah, had a good season. Let's talk about the Chelsea game, because we've spoken about my club a bit. But
right. Can I just talk before you end up slewing my team? Because I know
I'm
for a
not gonna
fact.
slew your team. You won the game.
No. Right. What I want to say is, it's Morecambe. We got to win. Right.
Yeah.
Kepa, flipping heck, he was a bit shaky at the start. Almost conceded a goal straight away due to positioning, which was quite scary. Well, it was a cross that was kind of on target, and he kind of ran out of the goal and then had to jump back into his own goal and do like a 360 spin on the line to keep the ball out. In the end, it was a great save, but flip me, it scared me. But I think what that game showed us was we sometimes have a bit too much creativity in terms of we create so much, but we don't have the players to finish it off, if that makes sense. So, like, we've got Ziyech making passes, you've got Havertz trying to make passes, Azpilicueta is trying to cross the ball in, you've got Hudson-Odoi that's trying to make something, Billy Gilmore.
You're trying to say that Werner's rubbish, yeah?
Pretty much.
Is that what you're saying? He admits it. Finally.
No, but so the thing that we need to take away from this Chelsea game is the fact that it looks like Lampard now knows what Havertz needs to be doing, positional wise. And this is going to come back to bite me, but we literally have a CDM, a centre mid, and a cam, and he's actually playing in cam now. Pretty much, he's like a roaming centre mid, which is where Werner's goal came from. Was Havertz running into the box and heading it down to him. And believe it or not, I think we should give him a round of applause just for the fact that he didn't clear it off the line this time. He actually put it in the back of the net.
Like, yeah, he did get it.
Like, I was shocked. If you can get Havertz playing well in that number 10 role and creating and scoring goals, then he'll be a really good player for you. He might even be one of your best players. I mean, obviously, he hasn't shown it so far this season, but if you can get that Leverkusen form out of him, then yeah, that could really be an important thing for you.
Yeah, I mean, he was winning headers left, right, and centre. I know once again it is Morecambe and it's easier to win headers, but just the fact that he left, because Mason Mount doesn't like going in the box. If you watch him play, he likes to sit on the edge of the box and just hit them from how many yards out, because he scored a 30-yard goal today. But he likes to sit out, and Havertz likes to get in the box, which is what he was doing. And Ziyech couldn't. Well, typically he can find him. I don't know about today. He was struggling with his passing.
Yeah, I think the thing is with like heading is like that's probably one of the very few things that is universal. Like in any league you go to, heading is something that you still have to fight for, no matter who you're playing against. Whereas like something like pace or passing knowledge is different. So if you win headers in any league, you no matter what league you're in, you're doing good. So you have to praise him for that.
I think the problem that I find with Havertz is his as when you play football as a kid, you're told to have crisp passing. The fact that you hit the ball hard so it gets to them quickly. Havertz doesn't do that. He's like a fairy on the ball when he passes it. It's just light little passes.
Fair in the ball.
But he's not strong either. He gets knocked off the ball so much, it's unbelievable.
That's something you've got to improve, really, because like strength is so important in the Prem. You need to be able to be strong and hold the ball yourself. Otherwise, you're going to get bullied.
So there was a couple of times he lost the ball because of his strength just wasn't there. He's not. I think Lampard wants Havertz to play as a centre mid when he obviously can't.
He can though. He can play as a centre mid.
Havertz plays as a centre mid.
He can play as like a number 8. Surely.
It doesn't really get his best qualities out there, does it? I mean, he's an attacking midfielder. He wants to get forward. He wants to get in the box and score goals and create. So playing him in a bit of a deeper role, I think he doesn't really contribute too much defensively. So I think it just kind of limits his potential and his ability to affect the game.
The biggest problem is he's concentrating on the defensive side because he has to concentrate on it so much. So he's concentrating so much on that he kind of not forgets but doesn't attack as much, if that makes sense. So he'll come back and he'll bomb back, trying to get back to basically, I suppose, please Lampard that is trying to get back and win the ball back. But at that situation, he's won it back. That's where you want Havertz up top, or not up top, but in that number 10 role where he can receive the ball or get in the box to score. So he wants him as a box to box, and it doesn't quite work when you're actually a number 10 as a box to box, really.
Yeah.
So that was good to see that he was doing that. Werner just did nothing. I'm not gonna lie. Once again,
it's worrying, but though, like if you're not, although he got a goal, he's not like.
See,
performing, is it?
I was still with the fact that I don't understand why we signed Werner. It made no sense. We were scoring goals with Tammy Abraham, Giroud, and then all of a sudden we signed a small, pacey striker when we crossed the ball in. Like, that doesn't make sense.
It would have made more sense to sign someone who a bit younger, who's like more willing to play as a backup and like who could maybe even replace Giroud as a backup as he ages out, and then stick with Tammy Abraham as your starting man up front. And then you've got a younger player who can provide being like an able deputy to him instead. Instead of signing a superstar who isn't like physically isn't really built for this league and isn't like really built really built to suit your style of play.
Yeah,
you spent so much money on that Don, and for him to like not.
I'm not gonna lie. I think it was more of a steal. Like, you know how when United got Rooney so that other teams couldn't buy him. I think it was more of that kind of, Timo Werner's performing so well.
It's like an opportunity thing. It's like more than let's go out and sign this striker who could be really important for us and fits our style, and it's more like, Timo Werner's a good striker. We could sign him 50 mil. Why not?
Yeah, and I think it was like, oh no, if Liverpool get Timo Werner, we've missed out here massively type thing. So it was an odd signing because we were scoring goals last season with our front three. Obviously, Willian left, so we had to get a new winger, which we got Ziyech, which is fair enough. But the Werner thing was a bit strange.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, I think if he had gone to Liverpool, Werner, he fits their style of play much better, and I think he'd be doing great. To be honest, like it's kind of how we're seeing Jota do at the moment there. Like, he's quite a similar player in many ways. He can play off the left or he can play up front. Good finisher. Well, I say good finisher. He hasn't been such a great finisher this season, but, very quick. So, in that kind of more counter-attack focused Liverpool system, he'd probably be doing great and we'd be calling him one of the best strikers in the league. So, it's just about system.
I think that, like you said, system. I think if Havertz is now going to play that more number 10/number 8 that's being able to roam everywhere he can, I think it'll improve Werner a lot more because Havertz can get into the box, head it down to Timo, and Timo works well with a tall striker as he did with Poulsen at Leipzig. So it's just system. It's just not there at the minute. I'm a bit iffy with the 4-3-3 because of Werner. I don't think it works well with him.
Yeah, it'd be good to see you experiment with a 2 up top, maybe with Abraham or Giroud up there with Werner. See how
I think that's good. Something to like flick it onto him, maybe like a Giroud could flick it on.
Yeah, I think Giroud would be class up top with him because Giroud likes it to his feet and he can knock it off to someone.
Yeah, Giroud's basically the opposite of Werner in every way. So maybe they'd work really well together.
He got his goal, which could, I know, once again, it's only Morecambe, but it could spark a bit of confidence for him, which is what we need. Hudson-Odoi, he's turned into the player he was 2 years ago in Sarri. He's just ridiculous. Everything, and that's not even, I know, once again, Morecambe, but he's been doing it the last couple of games as well. It's not just this game.
Yes. He did it against Arsenal. I mean, he got a good assist. Against City as well.
He scored.
Didn't he?
No, he scored.
Did he score?
Against City, yeah. Havertz got the assist.
Oh, right, yeah. I mean, it looks very good. I remember when he first broke into the England squad and he looked decent there as well. And I expect him to hopefully, fight for that again. Hopefully not take it off Saka, but,
I think it's with Hudson-Odoi is he's like, when he was recovering from injury, he was very tentative to try and get past someone. Like he almost didn't back himself. Now he's completely backing himself, and he's just going through people. He's an amazing passer for a winger. I didn't think he'd be able to pass that well. And how young he is, he can really spray. But I think it was the Villa game. He played a ball from the outside of his foot from one side of the pitch to the other, which is just ridiculous. For what is he? 18, 19?
Bigger than 19 now. But you can do it as a number 10 as well, right? I'm pretty sure I've heard you can do that. So he obviously has passing qualities.
Yeah, if he's such a good passer, then number 10 might come pretty naturally to him. But it is all about confidence for these kind of players, particularly wingers. I think more than anybody else, players who love to dribble and take on people. It's all about having that confidence to back yourself in a 1v1 situation and know that you can go past them.
A winger is typically, this is probably going to sound a bit harsh, but it's almost like a cocky player. Like they'll take you on, they don't care. Like they're that type of person that they're just like, oh, I'll have you every day of the week type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you take that away from them, they're kind of like, oh, I can't beat my man. Hold on, let me just go pass backwards. Which is
it's like confidence, isn't it? I think you guys have had some confidence issues. I mean, that's kind of what's happened with Kepa. I think his confidence is shot. You can clearly tell that he still has his confidence issue, and I could say that with other clubs. I mean, Arsenal has confidence issues playing in our run.
I mean, like someone who's had a real problem with confidence recently is Adama Traore. Nuno was talking. That's a great transition, by the way.
That was so good. Why did you have to acknowledge it?
Nuno is... I felt the need to recognise it. It was too good. Nuno's talked about it in recent press conferences, how shot of confidence Adama's been. I mean, he hasn't contributed to a goal in like 20 games before this game, at least, and he hasn't scored in the Premier League in over a year now. So,
that was a mad stat. I didn't realise that.
Yeah, it's clearly a problem because we had the sense of his output is improving a lot, but he's actually kind of returned to that old Adama Traore of having no end product and just like struggling to have an impact on the game. But he definitely had an impact against Crystal Palace. He looked back to his absolute best and he scored an absolutely fantastic goal.
To be fair to him, I think what doesn't help is like he is an amazing crosser of the ball. The way he gets down to the byline and just crosses it in. But you've got no one to head it in at the minute.
Yeah, because they've got no Jimenez. Who is he linking up with?
So I think
Fabio
he does struggle with
Fabio
that
Silva's tall, but as we've quickly grown to learn, he's not a good header. He's not a good header of the ball. He's missed like 2 or 3 really good chances now that he should have scored from headers.
That 6-yard one was, I don't know how he's managed to put that over the bar. That's pretty impressive to end up ducking down and hitting it right over the top of the bar.
Yeah, it was poor. But at the same time, like it shows promise that he's getting into these positions at least to score, to have great opportunities. So he's got that intelligence. He needs to learn how to head the ball.
Thing to get. The difficult thing is the intelligence to teach. Like that's something that you've
it just comes naturally, isn't it? And the fact that he's got that obviously is really promising. So I still plenty of promise from Fabio Silva, and hopefully plenty of promise now that Adama Traore can bring his form back in. And we saw it a bit more in this game, obviously from his goal, and a couple of times in recent games where I think he's realising that going to the byline and just crossing it in, it isn't going to work right now. So he's coming inside a bit more. He's having a go at goal, and he's actually become a much better shooter than he used to be. Obviously, he scored a few goals last season, and some of them were really good finishes. And if he can really train himself to have more shots at goal and test the keeper, then it could be really good for us, because it could become a really important goal-scoring opportunity for us, because we really struggle to create goal-scoring opportunities right now.
Yeah, he hasn't scored for you yet, has he? So it'd be good for him to like break onto that score sheet at some point.
So I'm hoping that this is a big turning point for him, because he played really well.
Yeah, and it's also a good result, the fact you played 4 at the back.
And we were solid defensively,
Clearly, he's trying to make a new philosophy, isn't he? Just try and like compete in the Prem.
And I think that's the way you have to go, really.
Yeah, ultimately, this evolution kind of has to happen. And a big part of the improvement defensively for us actually was in the midfield with Dendoncker back. He's missed a few games through injury, and we've looked shaky. Yeah, we've been kind of dominated in midfield, and we've had a bit of a lack of support for the defence. But Dendoncker, this season, he's turned into an absolutely crucial first-team player for us. His physicality, his mobility in midfield as well, and his ability to help out with the defence and in the build-up play, and then get forward and be a really important member of the attack as well. So, and having him back, we look so much more solid and stable in the midfield.
Although it's slightly away from Wolves, it does make me laugh. The evolution of centre-backs is now gone to a centre midfielder. Like Wolves have got 2 midfielders in centre-back, or were midfielders, because Cody was a
Cody came through in the youth as a midfielder, yeah.
Sace was as well at one point. So it's quite funny how the evolution of football is going more towards having midfielders in defence.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like so much now. The ability to play out from the back for a centre back is becoming so much more valued than it used to be every single year. It used to be just your centre backs. Their job was defend, get the ball out, no nonsense. Your Nemanja Vidić's, your John Terry's, and now it's much more. Virgil van Dijk, Connor Cody, able to control the game from the back of the pitch.
You can't put those on the same.
I didn't put them on the same level. I'm not.
Cody in the same sentence.
Okay, that kind of came out wrong. Connor Cody's obviously nowhere near Virgil van Dijk, but just in terms of the style, in terms of purely their ball playing abilities, I would say I would argue that Connor Cody's second only in the league to Van Dijk in terms of just his passing. Obviously, Van Dijk far better centre back. That's not in doubt. So, but yeah, it's just that style is so important now.
You can say that like David Luiz as well. Like the evolution started with like the transition from Terry to David Luiz, who was obviously CDM, and when he became centre back, ball playing. So completely agree with your point. We should. I don't have a segue for this. Do you want a segue? I don't have a segue.
Just go straight into it.
Yeah, he was a flop at Arsenal. And now we're going to talk about our personal flops. And those are our... Do you remember the first... Was it the first podcast? Or
I don't think it was the first one. It was maybe third or fourth.
Yeah.
So let's say that the third or fourth, we did our Premier League predictions. We hadn't got much content. And so we thought, let's just do predictions. And now we're going to review them because...
They've gone horribly wrong.
Oh, they have. Yeah. A couple of them have gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, some of them aren't so bad.
Should we start from sixth and work our way forward? Because it's embarrassing. Let's talk about...
I'm just going to get the Prem table up just to see how off I am.
That's a good idea. Because I don't actually know the top six right now. Everything's all over the place.
Well, let me tell you. Shall I go off? In fact, no, we'll just go one by one. We'll go who we want and then who actually is in sixth position.
Yeah.
So Sam, who did you put in sixth place in your
I put Leicester in sixth as far as I can remember, because I had correctly no faith in Arsenal. So
I love we're joint fourth right now.
Of course.
Hey?
So I think they are actually on points.
On points, we're joint fourth. Don't do this now, Ewan, because it's going to take you ages to tally up all the points.
No, you're not joint fourth.
Are we level on points with Leeds?
Leeds? Yeah, but that's not fourth.
Ewan, everyone else is in joint points.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So that means we're fourth.
Okay. I see what you mean now.
Do you get it now? Do you get it?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to start talking so Sam can finish his point?
Yeah. Go.
Right. So,
all right, cool.
Yeah, I put Leicester in sixth because I thought, they've got a good manager, they've got a very good first team, and they're, Leicester. For the first half of last season they were really good, and then they kind of dropped off, bottled Champions League. But I reckon they were a solid shout for European football, and it's pretty much looked that way. I think. I don't know where exactly in the table they are, but I still think that was a solid shout.
I understand that. Yeah, they've been good on and off. I think they're kind of on a similar wavelength as Everton right now. Everton have dropped off. Can't really say much. They beat us at our own yard. So, what can I say? Where are they, Ewan? Where are Leicester right now?
I'm not going to lie. I don't know what team you're on about.
Leicester.
Oh, Leicester. No. Leicester are in third at the minute.
Blimey, are they? Okay.
Yeah. But it's like joint second or joint third?
No, they're third. Oh no, joint second. Can we not do this joint thing? It's too complicated.
it's really a Twitter joke, but yeah.
They are third. Like we don't do joints.
Yeah, but everyone's on the same point. Can we just talk about how crazy this league this season has been?
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable.
Like for context, in terms of probably both Arsenal and Chelsea. In fact, I don't know about Arsenal, but Chelsea. There was a game where if we won it, we would have gone top of the table. Not for that game week, just at the time and we think we would have been second overall. Instead, we dropped down to like 8th. Like,
I mean,
that's how bad it is.
Lose in game. If we win against Palace and like a bunch of other teams, if any other team loses, we go up like 4 or 5 places.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
crazy.
What for Arsenal? I mean, I don't know what the table was this time last year, but you're pretty much this time last year. You were 10 points off of Liverpool at the minute, which was probably only third last year.
No, I saw a thing on it, and this time last season, if we were where we were this time last season, we'd be top of the league. Like even with the run we've had, we'd still be top of the league. Which is like a couple seasons ago where we finished on the track we were a couple seasons ago, we'd be top of the league by a country mile. With like I think like 2018, 18-19 season, we top of the league. So I mean, clearly this season has been like no one is safe. I mean, everyone has lost to like crazy teams. Liverpool lost to Southampton. Tottenham have lost to people. I don't know who they lost to. I don't really care about Tottenham. We lost to Burnley. Chelsea have lost to random teams. Like anyone can get it, and I think that's what's so exciting about the Premier League is that no one's safe. And I don't know why that is. It could be the fact that they've got fans.
I think part of the reason is that like it's easy to say, everybody's terrible this season, but I actually don't think that's the case. I think it's more
everyone's just good.
Everybody's pretty good.
Yeah,
a couple of the top teams have had a decline. Like Liverpool are obviously worse than they were last season, and Man City are. But like Chelsea have got better, Man United have got better, Spurs have got better, Southampton have got better, Leicester have probably stayed around the same, to be honest. But like,
I think in every
team, the league, teams have improved. And the quality throughout the Premier League is better than it was last season, except for like the bottom 3, which is abysmal.
If you look at every team apart from the bottom 3, you can think of one player who's been like immense this season. Like,
exactly.
Southampton have got Ward-Prowse, I think, and Danny Ings, who've just been crazy.
Yeah.
Everton have got like Calvert-Lewin. Leicester have got, Vardy's still killing it. Wolves have got Podence. Podence has looked really good for you, I think, has been your...
Yeah, Pedro Neto as well.
Yeah, Neto. Like every team has got like someone who's performing quite well. So I mean, it's good for football. It's good to watch. Most games look really good.
My team.
I love watching Leeds because it's either they either get battered or batter someone else. So it's really entertaining. We should probably talk about Leeds actually because I think. Oh no, we can't talk about Leeds. We've already gone past football. Should we go up to 5th?
Yeah.
Well, wait.
We should talk about Leeds at some point.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah. We don't care.
I put Spurs in 6th.
Did you?
Yeah.
So did I. Well, I didn't say my one.
I either put Spurs or Leicester. I'm not too sure which one, but I'm going to put Spurs below. So, but the actual team in 6th is Southampton at the minute.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't have predicted that, but they've been fantastic.
There's no way. If they actually get Europe instead of us, that's like... Nah, I think they'll drop off to, later on in the season. But they've... Possibly. I mean, yeah, the Ward-Prowse free kicks, Danny Ings is doing the madness. Did you see his goal against Liverpool?
Yeah.
Oh my days. Over his head, just stunning. Even I saw Klopp's face, and he's like, all right, what can you do? What am I supposed to do there? Trent was terrible in that game as well. He lost the ball 38 times in one game.
Horrible game.
It's like, that must be a record. Honestly, that's bad. They've just looked good all season. They had a great game against United a couple months ago where they bottled it. They beat us. Did they beat us? They beat us. No, we drew them. Yeah, they deserve it, to be honest. But no one would have ever seen that coming.
So in 5th, if we all say it and then I'll tell you who it is, then we'll talk about it. So I've put Leicester in 5th.
Yeah,
I put Chelsea in 5th.
Oh god.
I've got Tottenham.
So in 5th is actually Man City. I mean, they have got 2 games in hand.
They've got 2 games in hand, haven't they?
So I think if they win their 2 games, they go into 2nd.
Which they will.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think over the last probably 2 months, Man City have actually probably been the best team in the league.
Yeah,
they had a shocking start, but they are absolutely title contenders. And
a great signing as well.
The defence that they've suddenly put together out of nowhere. I mean, John Stones is back from the dead. Where did he come from? No one knows.
Oh my gosh!
He's seen the Euros coming up.
Exactly. And
he's seen that Diaz and Ake have come in, and he's like, I got to sort myself out now.
Yeah, well, I mean,
but he's good for English football.
It's really good. It's good for the English national team. Yeah, I mean,
and a back three of him and Cody.
Right now, I think I would say over the last 2 months, he's probably been maybe the best centre back in the league, and certainly the best English centre back. Yeah. So it's good. It's good to see that he's back and performing well.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I mean, in terms of who we actually picked, me saying Chelsea, I didn't believe in Lampard, and I think I was right to not believe in Lampard. But obviously they've done. I don't believe in Lampard. I still don't believe in Lampard. Honestly, I don't think he's the manager for you. But I mean, they have done better. We'll get to where they are in a bit. But Chelsea.
We're not talking about Chelsea in this table.
who actually is in? Oh, you said Man City, didn't you?
So Man City are in fifth. I mean, I put Leicester. They're doing better than I expected. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This whole top six is kind of just shuffled anyway. It's
just all jumbled
left, right, and centre. I mean, the top six, not all of them have. Only 3 of the top 6 have played all 17 games.
Yeah.
For a starter, but anyway, on to fourth. I've put Man United in fourth.
I also put Man United in fourth.
Go on.
Yeah, we know who Jacob's put in fourth.
I'll have you know we're joint fourth, so technically I was right.
You're not. You're joint fifth. Just like
we're fourth. I'm not listening to you because you don't have to do maths. We're fourth, right? I said Arsenal were fourth. Are we actually joint fifth? Are we actually joint fifth?
Yeah, Leicester's joint fifth. Not Leicester. Leeds are joint fifth. Chelsea are joint fourth. I'll have you know.
Anyway, I don't know what I don't do jokes with him because he doesn't know. I'm gonna check myself in a minute. But anyway, we're fourth. I put us as fourth because I honestly believed. To be fair, I'm pretty sure I did this podcast like the day after we won the Community Shield, and we'd won the FA Cup like 2 weeks before. We'd finished 8th, but that was mainly down to Emery and maybe Arteta had some sticky games, but he was new to management. And to be fair, we should have been fighting a relegation battle that season, and then when Aubameyang carried us. And I thought that hopefully with Aubameyang signing a new contract, he'd kick on, and then I would still do his madness. And I was hoping that we'd get Partey. Well, we didn't. We got Partey, and he'd been injured, so it's not been a great start. But I mean, what can you do? We're kicking on now. We've won 4 games in a row. We've got Crystal Palace, which I think we'll win. And it could still happen. It could still happen. Wait, what? We have?
You've won 3 games in a row.
We've won Newcastle, West Brom,
including the FA Cup.
Yeah. Oh, okay, fair enough.
So shut up. Thank you.
Talk about Prem, mate.
Oh, I don't care. When was the last time you won a Prem? When was the last time you won a Prem game? Sorry. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Don't ever try it. This guy. Anyway, I mean, we look good. It's not impossible for us to get top 4, but honestly, I can't see who we're going to kick out.
I mean, it's like, in terms of points and all that, like, you look at it and you're like, Arsenal could still theoretically get top 4, and you could theoretically, but there are still too many better teams than you in the league for, I think, you to necessarily break into that. But European football is still very much on the cards.
I think top 6 is doable because we're only 3 points off. We only need Leicester to have a poor run of form again, like they did last season, and we could do it again. And then the Europa League doesn't look impossible either. The competition that's dropped down is a bit iffy. On a good day, we could beat United. That's going to come back to me. I'm sweating. It's going to get clipped to me saying that. It's going to be like a screenshot of us losing like 5-0. But and then there's Inter, I think, fell down. But Europa League's doable. I think we'll get it again. I'd love to see us go and get a Champions League. We need the money for Champions League, honestly, so bad. We need it more than any other club, to be honest, in Europe. To be honest, we need that because we used to be a consistent Champions League squad, and we haven't been in it in like 4 years now.
Your whole financial structure was built around like regularly qualifying for the Champions League, and so when you're no longer regularly qualifying to the Champions League, your financial stability goes out the window.
Yeah, I mean, we signed ours on that contract on the condition, really, that we will continue to do Champions League, and we kind of signed Aubameyang on the new contract, assuming that we'd probably get Champions League this season, and it hasn't really worked out like that. And then obviously Partey's come in to get the Champions League. And obviously we still have that pull of like a team that usually should be in the Champions League that aren't, because we're still signing players from Champions League clubs. But I don't know how long it's going to last. Because let's be honest, like Southampton aren't going to be a club. Even if they had the money, wouldn't be able to pull someone like Partey in. So clearly there's still the idea that we can still kick on for it. But I don't know. Did you guys say who you put for fourth?
Yeah, we both
put Man United. Who actually is in fourth?
It hurts me to say this, but it's Spurs.
Oh,
is it?
God.
Yeah.
They've looked so good this season. Honestly, they've well, not so good. They've looked fairly good. Unfortunately, it looks like they're going to finish above us again for the third or fourth season in a row now. Kane and Son have been immense this season. The duo of them have just been unbeatable. It's better than probably like Salah Mane. It's up there as like MSN now.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. As long as they don't win a trophy and they don't win the Prem, they can be above us. Well, above
but they could now. These are the problem, Ewan.
Yeah, they're in the Carabao Cup final.
Yeah, I know,
let them get in a position. We can't banter them by the Audi Cup anymore.
Chelsea let them. We lost to them in the Carabao Cup because of flipping penalties.
We lost to flipping City, and then we just let Tottenham just... If they beat City, they won't. But if they do...
They've done it already this season, to be fair. Like, Mourinho's style of football works against Man City.
Yeah,
the thing is, I know it's a Carabao Cup and nobody cares about the Carabao Cup, but if they win it, it's just, I don't know what I'll do.
Yeah, I mean, me and you argue on a lot of things, and I've said this to you before. There's one thing that we'll agree on.
We can come together.
London can be blue sometimes. It can be red sometimes, but it can never be white.
Can never be white, and it's in danger of becoming it because neither of us are doing as good as Tottenham, and that's really, really worrying.
That's the thing, like even in these years where Arsenal have been struggling, Chelsea have still been like the bastion of anti-Spurs and they've been able to hold them off. Yeah. And now Spurs are better than Chelsea as well.
It's not good. It's not good. Anyway, let's move on from Spurs. I don't want to talk about them for too much.
I'm just going to talk about Spurs.
So third place, I have put Liverpool because I thought that they were going to...
that was a spicy shout, that was.
Yeah, I thought they were going to have it. And to be fair, they have had a bit of a dip. I was right.
So was everyone. I think everyone's had a poor form this season.
At some point, yeah.
They haven't won. But third is a bit sticky. I believe... Who have I already said? Who did I say? Did I say... I think I might... don't think I said Chelsea. I think I must have said United. Yeah. So United sounds right.
I mean, to be fair, like going back to me saying Liverpool in third, if Man United win their game in hand, they go above Liverpool, so Liverpool go into second. If Man City win their 2 games in hand, they go into second, so it chucks Liverpool in third. So, if all the games are up to date, I'd be right.
Oh my days. The way he didn't even jump to conclusions. This guy flew to that conclusion. That was... All right, well done. Yeah, sure, you're technically right.
I put Chelsea in third, and for the first something like 10, 12 games of the season, I had a lot of faith in that prediction. I was like, come on, Chelsea, they're doing well, they're unbeaten, it's all going well, and it's Christmas has pulled that down the drain. So
once again,
now no idea where Chelsea are going to finish.
Once again, Christmas is just in the way. Can we just not have Christmas for football? Can we just leave that time of the year? Because it's always bad for us.
It's bad for a lot of clubs. Like Christmas is very decisive.
Constantly. Boxing Day, let's not have that as a day anymore.
But if you can make it through Christmas, this is the Grinch, cancel Christmas. But if you could make it through Christmas, top of the league, you usually win it. Usually. I don't think it'll be that way this season because I'm pretty sure Liverpool
will top of Christmas.
I think they're going to bottle it again, to be honest, like they did the season before last, because I don't think they can hack it.
I don't know who it's going to be to win the league.
We're going to get to that in a minute.
The worrying thing is that it could be Man United. That's the concerning thing.
Yeah. So,
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wins the league this season. He just shouldn't. He shouldn't be allowed. Not that he shouldn't be allowed to. He just shouldn't, because he isn't that good of a manager. I don't know how he keeps getting away with it.
He's like an average manager. Like he kind of gets what you'd expect out of the players he's got. He doesn't get more out of them, and he doesn't get worse out of them. He's just an okay manager.
Why did this Don sign Van der Beek if he's never going to play him?
Yeah.
It's such a waste of a signing.
Was that his signing or was it the club signing?
But why would the club sign him? Like, I understand that Pogba might be leaving at the end of the season when they might slot in, but you could have just signed him next season. He wasn't going anywhere. No other club was really linked with Donny van de Beek at all. I would have had him at Arsenal 100%. But and how old is he? He's young, right? He's not
23,
old.
I think.
Yeah, so like he's got years, but he's not playing.
The worrying thing is about Man U is they've got an average, well, not an average manager, but they're scraping through a lot of games. Like, the amount of games they've won in the last couple of minutes is ridiculous. Imagine they have a really good manager and they get the most out of that team. They'd be flying.
They'd be better in teams. They shouldn't be going down in like 3.
Yeah, I mean, the squad's far from perfect, and to be a true title contender, I think there's still a couple of upgrades they need to make, particularly in defensive midfield. I mean, like you said, Van der Beek signing didn't really make sense. He's not a DM. Also, Scott McTominay is not a DM. Like, some people seem to think he is. He's not. He doesn't do that much defending. He's a box to box, if not like more of an attacking midfielder. If anything, like he wants to get forward and attack the goal. So the only DM they have, the only DMs they have are Fred and Matic. Matic getting on, not really mobile enough or got enough stamina anymore for this level. Fred is a decent player.
Fred's been had a decent season this season.
Fred pretty highly. I think he's a good DM, but they do need an upgrade there for sure.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on to the number 2 spot. I
said Liverpool.
I put Man City.
I may have put Chelsea.
Ewan. You just do it to yourself, don't you? You just want everyone to just bully you.
No.
Why would you put Chelsea second?
Listen. Predicted we should be up there with Liverpool with our team.
Yeah, but I told you. What did I say? You have a good squad, but it's Lampard. He isn't good enough for this team.
Also, take away like the form we were on at the start. I was like, oh yeah, we could actually be in second because it was us, Liverpool and Spurs. Top 3 for quite a while. But yeah, it's gone quite badly wrong for us.
Do you think so?
I mean, we're joint 4th, if we can use that.
Don't take my joke.
do we get Champions League football for being joint 4th?
I could imagine there being some sort of like positional playoff at some point at the end of the season for the first time in like 20 years, because the amount of teams that are like equal on goal difference and points is ridiculous.
But yeah, we could. There is still a very slim possibility we could snatch second. In an alternate universe.
I don't think he can.
I thought you were going to say the very slim possibility of you getting like Champions League. I don't think it's that slim. I think there's still.
Oh, that's doable. Yeah,
there's still a very good chance of you getting Champions League. Even third, I could see you getting third. I mean, although there's definitely concerns over whether Lampard's good enough, and your form recently has been bad. At the start of the season, your form was excellent. So, at the end of the day, if you can get back to that form, you can push up again. So, we know that the team can do that. The squad's obviously good enough to do that. So, it's not out of the realms of possibility.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. Fulham, Derby, if we lose that, Lampard's gone. I'm telling you right that.
You won't. To be fair, I could imagine you getting a draw. And Leicester, I could see you losing to Leicester if you didn't play very well.
I'm not going to lie, I'm not backing Lampard as much as I did.
Really?
Yeah. The thing is with Lampard, he's a club legend, and you want him to do as well as he can, because it's just that thing of he's won loads of titles for us as a player. He's going to win loads of titles for us as a manager. All this, he's the new special one because the other one got lost and was a traitor. But we move.
We sacked him, so
yeah. But it's not going well for him. I think his tactics are completely wrong. For the players we've got, and it doesn't make sense at all. I mean, we have a counter-attacking team and we're playing possession. How does that work?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of tactical issues.
We're playing players out of position. We were playing Timo Werner at left wing where we've got Hudson-Odoi. We're playing Havertz in centre mid instead of Cam. What else?
I think the thing is as well, you need to get some better midfielders in, because obviously Kovacic and Jorginho aren't it. Maybe Kovacic if he kicks on, but
Kovacic is playing well.
You need another midfielder who can sort of like fill Jorginho's role.
I don't think I want any more midfielders. We've got too many as it is.
Do you?
Yeah, we've got Jorginho, Kovacic, Kante, Mason Mount, Havertz. We've also got people on loan.
That are never going to play. If you could brought Bakayoko back, I think he'd be good because he's been tearing up the league in Syria.
Danny Drinkwater, we've still got.
He's never playing for you again. I don't even know why he goes in the summer.
He's going in the summer. He's going off our wage.
You got Billy Gilmore as well.
Oh yeah, Billy Gilmore. Like, I think we have got enough midfielders.
But who do you have? Because the thing is, like, we've said a bunch of defensive midfielders and attacking midfielders, but who's box to box in that list, really?
So you're going to hate me for it, but Mount is a box to box midfielder.
Oh, no, I don't believe that, to be honest. I don't really see him. Can he defend like that? Is he competent enough to defend a bit?
He does come back a lot. And he tends to sit, like, when we've got possession, he doesn't, like, bomb up as a number 10. He kind of comes in and almost plays that Jorginho role where he kind of come back to take the ball. So, I mean, Billy Gilmore's meant to be also a box-to-box midfielder, but he's being moulded in. Yeah, he's being moulded more into a CDM now. But I think we should be playing, honestly, I don't know who to put in number 10, but I think we should play in a 4-2-3-1. With Billy Gilmore and Kante in CDM, and then, well, pick whichever one's playing better at the time, Mount or Havertz in Cam.
Yeah. I
mean, Mount just won't bomb into the box. You've got two different players. You've got a player that will go into the box. You've got a player that will sit outside of the box. There's a number 10. So, but yeah, tactically we're all over the shop at the minute. I don't think we could be any worse tactically, which could mean that we lose Frank Lampard.
Thomas Tuchel in?
Well, that's that.
I'd get Thomas Tuchel.
That's the biggest problem for us.
I think that'd be good. I think he'd be the. I think honestly he'd be the perfect manager for this squad.
Yeah, and I think that is like. I mean, if you look at Lampard, yeah, we've had a really bad bad run. We're still pretty close up. It's pretty harsh to sack him at the minute, but you got Thomas Tuchel that could come in.
That's the thing. It's like it's almost the same. You got to look at it the same way that you looked at some of the signings you made in the summer. It's like, it's not whether does this person deserve to be sacked or upgraded. It's can we get someone better?
Yeah,
and like
the answer is yes.
So, does Lampard necessarily deserve to be sacked? Maybe, but I don't think yet. But can you get someone better than Lampard? Yes, you can.
You can.
So, should you do that? Probably.
My biggest worry with it all is, so the board have said they're backing Lampard at the minute. That could all change. And I think the reason for that is we've seen what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has done. We've mentioned that he could be in a sack race several times. And now they're potentially top of the league with the game. Well,
yeah, but that's
joint
the
top.
Thing is like obviously they've acknowledged that the moment they signed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer from Molde, they said this guy is going to need time. He's going to need transfer windows, and we're going to give him that. Same with Arteta. You know, they obviously knew he wasn't going to be like an established manager. This is his first management job. He needs time and he needs windows, and he seemed to repay with 2 trophies already. And I think that's what you've got to do. That's what Chelsea have got to do. But I don't know if that's what they're prepared to do. They're not known for giving managers time at all.
Which is one of the problems as well. Like, will they settle down and go, hold on a second, this is not Lampard's Chelsea yet.
Because Roman spent so much money. I don't think he's going to win.
We've got the likes of Sarri's team in there. We've got bloody hell, what's his name? Oh my days, I've forgotten his name now.
Conte?
Yeah, Conte's players in there.
Mourinho, I guess.
We've got some of Mourinho's players in there. Like,
that's the thing with having so many managers. I think, that is the problem. You have to spend time to get them out. And Arsenal having that problem now, which is why I think Arteta's staying. Is like, because we've got an Emery team in there. We've still got Wenger players in there. Obviously, not really Freddie Youngboy players in there, but we still have. We have 2 other managers that are still there. We have to kick out, and some of those players are terrible. The end of the Wenger era signings is recruitment towards the end, and I'm not saying it's Wenger because I don't think it was. I think it was a lot of the board, but those signings are awful. Like Mustafi, Socrates, Xhaka, they have got to go, and unfortunately, it's going to take the end of their contract. I think, especially because of the climate. And Emery signings weren't that good either.
The thing is, the style of football was very, very different. Like Jose Mourinho, was park the bus and will counter-attack you type thing. Sarri, keep possession of the ball. So you've got Jorginho in there.
Jorginho, yeah.
Conte was very similar as well, 5 at the back, counter-attacking. And now Lampard wants possession again, and which is a completely different to all of those three. Possession and passing it quickly. So you've got players in there that like Jorginho is the best example. He's so slow, which Lampard doesn't like. Lampard wants it to be passed out quickly and gone.
Probably the best example of this in the whole. Jorginho is such a Sarri player. He was always associated. I mean, under Sarri at Napoli, he was fantastic. He was unbelievable, and he was like the beating heart of his Napoli team, which challenged Juventus for the title. But it's like outside of a Sarri system, where does Jorginho fit in?
Yeah, and we saw that at Chelsea when Sarri was here. He played well.
Yeah, he didn't win Europa League. He didn't even really work under Sarri at Chelsea. Like,
I don't think he did badly.
I think, no, he was okay. He was okay, but like, he really worked in Serie A as well. The pace in Serie A, particularly, is not less so now, but certainly back then the pace was slower, and Napoli could just dominate games to such an extent with the way they played, and Jorginho was perfect for that. Yeah, but he's not really suited to the Premier League at all.
Look, with the Prem, you have it is very quick transitional passing from one side of the pitch to the other. It's got to go to almost get the defenders pulled out of position, and which Jorginho doesn't do. He passes it backwards and then waits about 5 minutes while he's got the ball to pass it. And then I think he's done it a couple times where he's played a first time over the top through ball to Tammy Abraham, but kind of need that once or twice in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, as well in Serie A, there aren't really too many pressing teams, and there certainly weren't. There certainly weren't back in 2017. I mean, there's a little more now. AC Milan are good pressing. Inter Milan do more of it, and Juventus are starting to do it now. But like back then, there was like Jorginho's not a press-resistant midfielder. He's not a dribbler, and he's not a particularly inventive passer. So, like you said, when he gets pressed, he struggles, and he just has to turn around. He has to go back. So.
It's a difficult one for Lampard because I do think if we get a draw against Fulham and lose to Leicester, then he's
sacked in the morning. We'll get it sacked in the morning. Sacked in the morning.
It is a difficult one because if he wasn't a legend of the club, I think a lot of fans would be very much, especially how Chelsea fans are. Would be get him out, but it's Lampard. You want it to work.
Like the idea of Frank Lampard not only being a legend as a player but as a manager is like it's so enticing, isn't it? It's kind of like it's like the idea of Zidane. Like he's a legend. He was a legend of Real Madrid as a player, and now he's a legend as a manager as well because he won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. So it's like you want that to happen so desperately because you love that player and you love him. You want him to do well as a manager, but sometimes it's just not the right fit.
Yeah, but I'd rather he left on not really really bad terms if that makes sense. Like because you don't want Chelsea fans absolutely hating now because of him being a manager, and a lot of Chelsea fans are like that. They will just turn. But he's still got to be remembered for the amount he did
absolutely
for the club.
So we move on to the people we put number 1.
Yes, we should because
I put Liverpool up there.
Well, you're doing well there.
For now.
Yes. I put City. I still believe City are going to win the league.
Yeah,
honestly.
I put City, and I agree. I think they're.
I think. I mean, first 2 months it was like, City, they're not looking good. They're struggling in attack. The defense is a bit shaky. Are they already out of the title race? And thankfully for them. Now all the other teams are starting to struggle for form. Liverpool's form dropped off, Chelsea's form dropped off, and it's given them the opportunity to really push themselves back into the title race with their improvement in form, and now they do look like the best team in the league.
100%, I agree. I mean, the actual defense is shaped, completely changed. Kevin De Bruyne he had a bit of a slow start, but this season, I mean, Bruno was a little bit clear of him. But ever since he sort of played this like false 9 role because of Gabriel Jesus having COVID issues and fitness issues. Him playing as a false 9 and sort of playing the Messi role that Pep Guardiola did at Barca, where he had him just like sit between the lines and just like spray balls out and give the wingers his opportunity to score.
You don't know what to do because you don't know whether as a defender, you don't know whether shall I press him because he's pretty far away from.
Yeah, that's what a false nine does. Yeah,
it's kind of such a
drags out
difficult
centre backs, creates space for like Sterling and Mahrez and all these, and Bernardo Silva to just cut inside and run into those gaps that De Bruyne has made. Which is like, and obviously he's also one of the best midfielders in the world. So he's just so good at doing that. It's so hard to deal with, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
quite like that. I quite like him. And then all of a sudden you've got other players who are just like Ferran Torres had a great start as well in his Manchester City life, and Gundogan has looked well. I haven't seen much of Gundogan apart from the Chelsea game, but he seems to be doing. I
think personally, Gundogan has been ever since he signed for Man City, he's been one of the most underrated midfielders in the league. Like he's not always been sensational, but towards the back end of last season, he was amazing. And this season, when he's played, he's looked really, really good. He does a better job replacing Fernandinho than Rodri does, and Rodri was signed to replace Fernandinho.
Yeah.
He's very mobile, able to get up and down the pitch, does a lot of defensive work, and he really controls the game as well.
Yeah.
So top quality player, Gundogan.
Go Gundogan. I mean, it's just Man City have just been clear. I think give it another month or two, and I think they'll be very comfortable on top of the league. Maybe they'll
on
get
this form. Absolutely, yeah.
And especially how everyone else is doing. I think Liverpool drop points now. I can see United dropping points in a few days. I think someone's burning a bacon sandwich in the back.
My fire alarm is a bit dodgy, so apologies for that.
Love that. There's something in the oven. He didn't think the podcast would go this long. But yeah, I mean, I could predict that. I think Pep Guardiola was never washed up as people were starting to think, which is why he usually takes breaks. But no, I think give him another season or two and he'll probably be gone by then. Give him 2 or 3 seasons.
I said when we were doing the predictions that Man City have got something to prove now. They need to take it to Liverpool, which they look like they're going to be doing. I said Liverpool they've won the league now. It's kind of there's not that drive of we haven't won it in so long. They might bit, which I don't think that's the case as such. I think it's more to do with injuries.
I mean, obviously they've struggled. The thing was last season, we spoke about it. They had such good luck with injuries. None of their crucial players got injured at all. There was no injuries for Mane, Firmino, Salah, Van Dijk, Robertson, Alexander-Arnold, any of them. They were all just perfectly fit throughout the season. And then this time, all of a sudden, Alisson's had injury issues. Van Dijk, Gomez out for the season. We've seen issues for all the midfielders as well. Like, it's been a real problem.
I mean, they still had a bit of a wobble. Against Villa when they had their main team.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think many of them were injured, if not any.
No, I think Alisson was out, and that's it. I think.
So they're still they're still wobbling a bit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's strange because they did after that. They had quite a long period of looking like very clearly the best team in the league.
Yeah,
and performances against the likes of Leicester, they were excellent against Leicester, and it looked like they were going to run away with it. And now over Christmas, they're drawing Fulham, they're drawing West Brom. It's been difficult, and that's the thing with this season. Every team at some point has gone through that patch of just awful form, and that's what's caused this to be so close. Because whenever it looks like a team might be able to stretch an advantage, they fall off.
Stop doing it. Yeah, Everton were the same. Where they were top of the league for a short period of time, and they just couldn't make it last any longer. It's a shame.
Yeah,
interesting. But yeah, that is the top 6: Southampton, Man City, Spurs, Leicester, Man United, and Liverpool.
Mental.
Did anybody get any points? I think I got one for. Wait, hang on. Where's Man United? Are they third? No, they're second, aren't they?
They're second, aren't they?
Nobody got any.
Nah,
I got Liverpool. I got Liverpool on top for the moment.
Okay.
But that might not be. That might not last any longer.
You did.
That might not last much longer.
Hey, can we count Man City then if you go for that?
We'll see at the end of the season.
We're lucky we recorded this now. Otherwise,
I know
that might have ended up being incorrect. So
Yes. Well, I mean, we'll see at the end of the season, and I think that's the end of the podcast.
Yes.
Thank you guys all for listening. It's a decent episode today. I think got some no arguments. It's scrap of you, Elizabeth.
Less
today.
arguments.
Yeah. Why? Because I'm coming more to a realisation that Lampard's not the one, to be brutally honest.
Yeah.
You've realised I'm right, so you've conceded, basically. Thank you.
But yeah, no. Anyway, there should be links for our Twitter.
We're on Spotify
TikTok.
now, boys. We're on Spotify. Hello, Spotify.
All of those will be down in the description. If you can, there's about 55% of you that are watching that aren't subscribed. So go and subscribe.
Hit that.
And yeah, thank you very much for watching.
Yeah, thanks. See ya.
Bye.